Believe it or not, Florida real estate is on a 10-month winning streak. This is Ron Wysakarski for the Black Hole of Real Estate. And it's true, the Florida Realtors put out material today with some sales data. And what it mentions is that in year-over-year home sales, the volume, the number of sales is up over 9% when compared to last year at this time. As for single-family homes, and if you look at homes and condos, it's up 14%. What this is telling us is that every month, 10 months in a row, the number of sales has increased in both categories. So while we can wonder where price is ultimately going to go, and I think I've got a pretty good idea where it's going, we know that the number of people as buyers and sellers agreeing to deals is up 10 months in a row. So the activity level is actually higher. And this is at a time when most agents would tell you it feels slower, feels quieter. And maybe a lot of people aren't having the same sales year that they had last year, but someone's selling properties and some agents are probably up and increasing their sales. And I want to keep this consumer focus in a way that's going to help you. So if you're talking to an agent, or whether they're friends, relatives, someone you've used in the past, and they're saying it's quiet, for me, that might mean one of two things as directed towards you. Either they're not doing as much negotiation in the past, or maybe they've taken their foot off the gas and they're doing multiple things and maybe selling real estate and something else right now. And it doesn't mean they're not a great agent. It just means they may or may not have the same dedication and drive that they've had in years past. And when you want to get the best possible price and terms, most people want somebody fully engaged and are willing to hire on an agent that may not be their best friend or a friend of the family or a family member or something like that. Maybe the one that you used to use. And again, choose any agent that you want. Choose wisely and do your own data and research. But right now, sales are up 10 months in a row. And that's really, really big news, whether you're a buyer or a seller. Now, the pricing conversation, I'm going to leave most of that for a different episode. But right now, my suspicion is rates are in the mid-sixes right now. They're about 6.5. In February, they're 5.98. So even though the rates have gone up about 0.5% higher, sales are up more, about 10% on single-family homes, and across the board, an even bigger percentage of growth. So interest rate is not necessarily a predictor of the number of sales in the market, but I do think it's going to be a driver of price because we still feel like we're in this low inventory situation. And as we see more listings hit the market, the ones priced in the market, priced well, they're selling pretty fast, and it's going to keep driving the price of those in an upward direction. And I think what you're going to see is the homes that linger on the market and don't sell, they won't affect the pricing. You won't see a negative on the pricing because they're just not going to sell. And I think that's what this market we're in right now is that we're probably going to continue to see prices be flat or a little bit higher. And then if we ever get the next lowering of the interest rates, I think that's where we're going to see an additional surge. So it's mostly good news if you're a consumer right now looking to buy or sell a home. Sales are absolutely up, which could be good for both sides. It means both sides are being successful. And there's a ray of hope somewhere down the road that maybe rates will drop just a little bit. So if you got questions about this, definitely drop us a line. Love for you guys to like and subscribe and rate us. That's also really good. Stay tuned. This is Ron Wysakarski for the Black Hole of Real Estate.